Hello, I'm Candy, the oldest.
I'll mark the middle.
And Marjorie, the youngest. And this is DDS, Them Dolcy Siblings Podcast.
Whoop!
What's
Yeah,
up? Welcome,
What's poppin'? What's
welcome.
poppin'? What's poppin'?
absolutely. Absolutely. So it's another new week,
That's right.
another week of doing another podcast episode. So, everybody, let's hear it. Is there anything new in the group chat that we want to talk about?
It is still cold.
Yes, it is.
Very cold.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's just
Listen,
global warming.
it was like 30-something degrees this morning when we had to bring Eli to school.
30. I went to work and my car said 10.
Ooh,
10 degrees.
ooh. God bless you.
Yep.
God bless you.
Please.
Uh,
With
Okay,
warm.
but here's my question. Apparently, it was supposed to be like crazy cold for a whole lot of people. But
Yeah.
haven't y'all seen them videos of people who are saying like, "Oh, they said it was supposed to be an ice storm, but it's bright outside and
Yes.
sunny."
Yes. That
Really?
happened to, well, maybe not bright and sunny. And so in the part of Tennessee that I live in, maybe a week before the storm came, everyone was saying how we're going to experience 8 inches of snow. It's going to be terrible. You go to the grocery store and people have bought out everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to happen on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday came around. Well, actually, Friday came around. Church was canceled. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of things were canceled. Some people refused to cancel church and they still had service. And I made arrangement with my friend and her husband to go hiking. We're like, you know what? Depending on, we'll check out how the weather is. We'll go hiking in a trail near where we live.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't have to travel too far, but a local trail up a mountain. Well, Saturday morning, I look outside my window. I see not a lot of snow. I saw snow only covering my car, just a little bit. And I was like, what is this?
Just a
Well,
This was,
glaze.
huh?
Just a
Yes.
glaze.
Yes. And I was like, who got punked? We did. Got punked,
not
girl.
get punked.
Yes, we did.
But
We
was
got
Ashton
punked,
Kutcher.
right? But then when I went to my car to start my car to open up my door, the snow was no longer snow, it
It
was
was ice.
ice. And so having to
Mm.
open up my door, I had to warm up my car, take the ice from the windshield. It wasn't snow at that point, it was ice. So I had to warm my car a little bit longer. And we still went on our hike.
Mhm.
Um, it was fine. Saturday morning, it was projected to rain at that point by 1 p.m. And so we were like, we'll go hiking and then we'll try to make it back to our cars before 1 p.m. And during our hike, we saw snow on the ground, but at this point, it was like slush, ice and slush. So
Dang.
if anybody
You ain't fall out there.
found,
You ain't fall in the slush on
You
your
no,
hike.
you
no,
You ain't,
no, it was
you
you
ain't
didn't
nice.
flip around and
you
fall
didn't
in.
whoa 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 whoa
Whoa,
whoa whoa
hey, hey,
whoa.
whoa, hey, hey, whoa.
Never that. And I didn't even
Help
have
me,
my
please help me.
stakes. I didn't even have my walking stakes with me. And I
Whoa,
did fine.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Listen, you know how many times that happened to me at Oakwood, Marjorie?
Falling, not ready.
What?
Didn't even have the right shoes on.
Girl, waking up early in the morning, having to go to class, and then walking across the street, and then just walking on the sidewalk, and the sidewalk could be frozen over, and not even realize. Girl, I'm coming from Florida, baby. I ain't know.
You don't know nothing about this ice on the ground, baby.
You ever
Man, yeah,
fell?
yes, nah. I feel like I almost popped my hamstring though.
But you never fell?
No, I didn't fall. I don't think
Mike just
so.
did one of
Definitely. Hold on. Oh.
But never
Yeah.
fell. That's amazing. Have you ever fallen, Marjorie?
I don't think so. Not at Oakwood. No, not at Oakwood. I think I've had some close calls, like Mark. I don't know
Yeah.
if it was a complete whoa, but I think it was like, oh, it was a quick 1, 2.
Yeah.
The only time I actually do remember falling when it was cold is on one of my choir trips. I think it was my sophomore year. We went to Ohio. That was either sophomore or junior year. I can't remember. We went there for Thanksgiving, and it was snowing like crazy. We had a snowball fight. I think I was trying to run, and I just fell. Boom! Fell in the snow.
You fell forward or backwards?
Does it
One
matter?
of them. She was on
Yes,
the
it does.
ground.
It matters.
She was on the ground.
But did you fall on your face or did you fall on your back?
I feel like I may have fallen on my back or on my bottom, or maybe was I forward? I don't feel like I did a face plant because I remember one of my friends, he came to help me, and I feel like I remember reaching forward to grab his hands. I was like, nah, man, I ain't gonna grab your hands.
I refuse to help.
I don't know. I
Wow.
think it might. I think I felt like it was Loki a little bit his fault. So I'm like, man, I ain't gonna grab your hands. You the reason why I fell.
Mm. Well, I've fallen and I fell forward. This was in Virginia and also on a college campus as well. And busted my knee. Sure did. Fell on my knee.
Open?
Might as well. I don't know.
It was hurting.
It hurt. And I didn't realize it. I fell forward. And I'm sure people probably saw me, but there was no one around. But you have all these windows and people in the building. Because I know I worked in the building and I used to always look outside the window
Uh-huh.
and just watch people walking around the, if you would say, the promenade or the place, the quad. And I got up, shook it off, went inside the building. And then days after, I'm like, why does my knee hurt?
Ooh, not
And
days
I had a
after.
bruise. I had a bruise on my knee. Wasn't fun. It was just one knee. And so that I will never forget. I fell forward, bloop, got up real quick. Okay, I'm all right. But I was hurting for a while because of my knee.
Thug it out. Okay, well, cool. So we're definitely trying to stay warm. And hey, all the best to the other folks who are dealing with the worst of
True.
this, cold weather.
Did y'all see the video of the people who are like putting like blankets on or putting stuff on blankets on top of their car or on the street?
Yeah,
I'm like,
on their driveway.
I'm like, that's smart.
I did it.
Why?
I did it too. I did it.
Warning. We had a freeze warning. And
You're in Florida though.
We got below 20. We got like 20 degrees.
But the purpose of it not for the freeze, the purpose of it is for the snow.
No, you can do it for snow or for like preventing ice buildup on your windshield.
Oh, because you do get ice buildup.
Yes, I get ice buildup on my windshield. So sure enough, baby, put that towel on the windshield.
It worked.
Yes. Went out in the morning. You can feel the towel. You can feel that it is stiff and it's like kind of damp. You can feel that all that moisture that would have ended up on my windshield was on the towel. And the thing is, the towel that I got, because you have to put the towel in your door. Like you have to secure it in your door so it doesn't blow away. So the towel that I used wasn't completely long enough to completely cover my windshield. It only probably left like 3 inches on the passenger side of my windshield. I wasn't tripping. So in the morning, I could see all the ice buildup that was on that 3 inches of exposed windshield. I felt so proud of myself. So proud. I said, that's right, baby. We ain't got to worry about this morning.
So you can just get in your car, warm it up, and then go. You ain't got to worry about the ice, trying to melt the ice or not.
You learned me something because I sure did not do that. I've used tarp to cover my car when it was snowing. So I've done that, and that has helped.
That's direct, barrier.
Right, and that worked great. But I didn't think about using it for just the freeze and the ice, because I sure do get them. I got it the last couple of days, and I had to sit there like wait for it to defrost. Versus taking that. You know what? Listen, I'm about to go downstairs and do it now.
Put it on your
Listen.
windshield real quick. Put it on your windshield. All right,
Mhm.
cool. Look at us 3 Florida people talking about this cold weather.
Listen, man.
So, what about, is there anything new that's happening this week for any of us that we want to share?
I got something I want to share.
Okay.
It didn't happen this week. It happened last week after our podcast.
Okay.
After we recorded. So it happened last week, Thursday. So Eli School, they did a Black History thing for my MLK. They did like an MLK speech. I think last week Monday, last week Monday or the Monday before with MLK Day. And so when he came back to school, they would watch the MLK video and they did like a little booklet. So Eli got this cat in his class. It's his ops.
Oh boy.
He got this ops in his class. Always talking about always complaining like he mean, he don't be doing, or he always be saying mean things, or
to Eli.
He'll say it to Eli or to other kids. Like he just.
What is he saying?
Yeah,
Let me find out.
You need me to come down to the schoolhouse? What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't saying nothing. Like, I think sometimes he should be mad at Eli because Eli's a tattletale, or
you ain't supposed to be doing this nonsense, no way. What's really going on?
Or just for whatever. I mean, I ain't never think nothing of it. I'm like, all right, that's just y'all kids being y'all kids. They just tripping.
Okay.
But so Eli got a birthday invitation to this one kid's birthday party. And then on Thursday, Eli, I guess with his ops or whatever, probably during recess or whatnot, his ops say, you can't come to my birthday party, and he said, you can't come to my birthday party because your skin is not the same color as mine. Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure I'm comprehending this correctly.
Yeah.
Eli has his ops in his class.
Got an ops, yeah.
Now, this isn't just Eli's ops. This is kind of like everybody's ops. This kid kind of gives everybody a little bit of a hard time.
I mean, certain kids possibly.
Kids, but definitely Eli.
Yeah.
Eli gets a birthday party invitation from another kid, not from his ops.
Not from this kid, no, from another kid. And so when they're in class, I guess they're always talking about like, oh, my birthday, a birthday party.
No, I got you. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. So now, after receiving birthday party invitation, let's call him Kid A. Eli has received a birthday invitation from Kid A.
Yeah.
The ops now decides to tell Eli, well, you can't come to my birthday party because your skin is not the same color as mine.
Yeah, I think you feel like my party is only for kids who have skin color like mine's, or something like something to that effect.
Okay,
but making the direct distinction that your skin color and my skin color are not the same skin color, and you can't come to mine.
Okay, but wait, before, okay, let's continue. I need to make sure I get all the details before I say anything else. Did Eli tell the teacher? How did you come to find out this information?
So first Eli told Lisa.
So the teacher's not been informed.
Teacher has not been informed.
Okay.
Teacher's not been informed. And Eli's not necessarily upset about the situation or not.
Yeah, because he doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, he don't he don't understand. He just like, oh, like I think he's like maybe like
he understands.
Like sad and like more so from the standpoint like, dang, I can't go to your party. You're not inviting me to your party.
He doesn't understand the gravity of what the young man is saying. I think
he understands. Eli understands that my skin color and your skin color are two different colors. And because of that, I am not welcome somewhere. Now, correct. Do I care or do I not? But the fact that I now have to be conscious of my skin color and someone else's color.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So it has affected him.
So he he told Lisa about it and everything, and then like he turns to the real lighter side of Lisa's arm, like inside. It's like that color is the same. It's like the same color as his. So you can go to his party. You know what I'm saying? That Lisa could go because she has a lighter area in her skin that she can go. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And so Eli goes to a predominantly white school. You know, I mean, there's other races there. I mean, there's some Indians, a lot of Indians also, but it's predominantly white. You know, it's a predominantly white school with some other mixed races. There's a lot of what do you call it? Like mixed kids. There's also a lot of mixed kids. Biracial, that's the word. Thank you. A lot of biracial kids. And then there's very few of kids that are like black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a few black kids there. There's not as many. Like I think Eli, I think he might have like an Indian kid in his class, but he's darker. But he's also a darker complexion. Like he's darker than Eli.
Okay.
But he's a darker complexion. But to say Afro, like a direct like black kid, I think Eli is the only black kid in his class, and it's maybe two other races, and then.
So after he tells Lisa, well, the inside of your arm is lighter, so you can go to his party. What happened after that?
Lisa comforts him, and reassures him, and then she leaves it at that. And then Lisa and I had to go to go visit somebody. So we went. So Eli hung out at the house, kicking and chilling, you know. And then I come back. When we come back, I put Eli to bed, and then Eli tells me, the same situation. And then I know, and I comfort him also. And I'm like, listen, you know, anybody that's making choices like that, it's not cool. Like that kid is not a cool kid. If he's making these type of choice, like making that type of rationale, like, you know, your skin complexion is amazing. Your teacher's skin complexion is amazing. Like everybody, like God made everybody all these different colors, and it's amazing. Like everybody's cool. So you cool. You know, anybody that makes distinctions like that, like you can't do something because of that. Y'all not cool. So the next day, so this happened on Thursday. And then I think this past Monday, I called his teacher. Well, I sent his teacher a text message. I was like, hey, when you get a chance, I need to talk to you about something that happened. Eli made us aware, so I need to talk to you about something. So she's like, all right, call me around when the kids go to their specials around 12. So I called the teacher and I let her know, and she's like, oh, heck nah. Nah, we not cool with that.
You know? I was waiting to see when the energy level was gonna go up. I was waiting to see.
I mean, Lisa,
I know I ain't got no kids, but
Auntie's
level energy is here. That's what I have.
Yeah.
So continue.
So Lisa and I mean, our energies was up all weekend about the situation. You know, we were like, man, we thinking about the school. You know, we were like, we got to figure out like what's the situation. Because I mean, the thing that the issue is, the ultimate issue is, we live in an area that is also still predominantly white, and so we don't have like majority of the schools are the same situation.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, in the area. It's like, where do you take him? Even if
really like the school itself is a really good school. You know, it's an affluent area. They have a lot of opportunities. The magnet school, all of that. You know, we got friends that work there. That are we got a black friend that works there, a Puerto Rican friend that works there, like that we are really close with. So we felt comfortable with putting him there, but one of the things that we were hesitant about is the fact of like there wasn't a lot of black kids there. Mm-hmm. You know, so Eli, like, you know, so you feel like, you know, you don't feel different,
right?
But that's one of the situations at pretty much all the schools in our area. Mm-hmm. It's like that. We would have to feel like, okay, we're gonna drive like an hour, you know, 45 minutes, to potentially find a school that is diverse, and so we're like, realistically, we don't think that's going to be possible for
feasible option for you.
Yeah, like a feasible option, like real, like we don't think that'll be a feasible option for us in all actuality. At least not right now.
So yeah, I talked to the teacher.
So I talked to the teacher.
Says, oh no,
She like, nah. And she's surprised. I mean, she can't give me a lot of details. She's like, I'm really surprised from this kid that it came from that kid. She's like, I can't tell you, like, I can't, like, I was like, I felt like it's something that he's hearing at home.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's coming from his parents.
Correct.
I would have requested
child
a meeting with the
young,
parents.
there is no way for them to be able to have that way of thinking if it is not being continuously presented to them in a consistent environment.
So one of the things that she said is that every year, when they do their MLK thing, something happens. There's always some type of situation, like something. There's always a situation. It's never been to this extent, like something like this, but something happened. And so she's like, I really can't tell you why, like the reasoning, more so because like you can't give out information about other kids' families to another family.
I don't know. You don't need to give me the other family's information. But what we're gonna have is a parent and teacher conference. So I don't need to know nothing about the other family, what they do, what their status, I don't need none of that. But what I do need is to have a teacher conference.
Both sets of parents, parents or guardians need to come together and have a conversation.
We need to talk about this.
Not to blame the parents, but more so they understand
what your child is coming
how
to
your child is representing
and how
your
they
home,
are impacting other children, specifically minds.
Yeah. So she said she's going to address it with the kids, with the whole class as a whole, as a thing that can be done. Like hey guys, like, she wants to address it in a way so that it's not so like, that she's not calling out anybody individually, but to make mention that things like this can't happen. And so she was like, if it does happen again, like let her know, and then she'll have to.
No, if it happens again,
no,
we are not going to leave space for this to happen again. I need that child's parents to be contacted and this be addressed the first time.
Not the second.
I'm not going to allow my child to experience like something like this a second time, not on my watch.
Yeah.
Therefore, the parents need to know this is what your child is saying, and who can correct a child? The parent, right?
Exactly. If Eli were to have said something of the same effect, you best believe you and Lisa would have been contacted the first time. So I need that same energy to be reciprocated. I know my energy is up, but
it's all good.
Same energy needs to be reciprocated on their end. There should not be any for something of this magnitude. Yeah. We are not leaving space for the potential for it to happen a second time. The parents need to be involved expeditiously.
We're not saying that the child need to be addressed. You don't need to address their child. The parent need to address their own child.
Of course.
Right? That's what needs to happen. This is what was said.
This is what we do not tolerate.
Yeah.
We're not asking to come to your party, but for your child to come and say that this is what's happening in your home, that this is what's allowed, who's allowed in their home and who's not. That's something that the parents have to set that precedence of what is said. Now, that might be a real rule in their home. It might be
very well.
Rule. However, a child coming into school saying that borderline bullying, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Saying that one person is not worthy to come because of your skin color, because of your complexion. You're not worthy of something, of an invitation to my home. That's not what we're doing. We're not doing that. Privilege, that's bullying. And we could, you know, we can go the legal route, emotional distress.
Boy,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, at a young age, this is his exposure to discrimination. And
he's so young.
It affected him enough that he told his mom. And then later on told his dad. It's not like, oh, he didn't care about it. Oh, this is how we talk. And evidently this has been a nemesis. So he has said other things to Eli before. So it is a bully situation. He is bullying him.
Yeah.
If it's so much that you guys have a name for this person, it's bullying. And
I don't think he's bullying Eli, because Eli. I don't think Eli.
Not just Eli. Everybody. He's just a bully.
Yeah, I think he's just a jerk. I think he's just a jerk.
And a bully is a jerk. He's a bully.
I'm not gonna say, but I think in order to necessarily say that somebody is bullying you, I think it's you've been put in a situation, you've been put in position to where you're now able to cause me some form of distress.
Is that not what occurred?
He doesn't necessarily call, like on a regular, like outside of this situation, he doesn't call Eli a distress. It's more of a, like, we just don't, like, him and I just don't vibe together. So it's more so it's not necessarily saying like I'm a constant I'm constantly antagonizing you. You know, like he's not constantly antagonizing Eli, but I think it's a thing where it's like, you know, they just not cool with each other like that.
Why? And Eli is just telling you the things that he can articulate and share with you. I'm sorry, based on what I see or hear, limited information, this is a bully or a pre-bully. He has bully tendencies, right? Calling Eli a snitch, calling him this and that, and then saying, you're not invited to my home. If you a jerk, bullies are jerks. Bullies are jerks.
Bullies are jerks, but jerks are not all bullies.
But for what this child has
this
said,
kid is a bully.
Eli,
this kid is a bully.
He has bully tendencies.
In the least, a bully in the making. In the least,
a bully in the making.
He could be a bully. He could be a bully in the making.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
What's the teacher information? Text me the teacher information.
What school is he at?
Yeah.
Give
me the teacher's name. And
off
I'm calling tomorrow because that child's parents
needs to be informed.
Yes.
And what if it's not from the parent, right? Maybe it's a cousin or someone else that the child has heard this from. The parents need to be aware that this is what is being repeated. Even if the parents don't believe in that, they need to be aware so that they can make
what is
correction
coming out of their child,
so they can correct it. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not blaming the parent. I truly believe the parent needs to be informed and understand how serious of a matter this is and how it can continue to escalate if not addressed. But we're not going to do that. Jeopardizing Eli having to be exposed to that.
Not in the year of my Lord, 2026 with Eli. Not at all.
We do have a parent-teacher conference that we set up with her for this upcoming Friday.
Okay, and then we're gonna set up with the other
parents.
Yes.
Well, I don't think they do conferences like that with parent to parent situations like that.
You can request it.
I don't think they do it unless there's been a situation where there's a write-up. And I think
first off, little homie should have got a write-up for that. Let's be honest.
And I think
he should have been written up. He should have got a referral. In the least, he should have got some kind of warning. Do they do colors at the school when they're like red? His card should have been turned to red. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Like
sorry.
this isn't
Well,
just
he did.
it's like some playground, I'm being mean to you for whatever. This is something so impactful.
No, I agree. I'm with it.
So this isn't something trivial where the teacher just needs to be like, okay, I'm surprised. Call the parents in. Call the parents in. This is a special situation. This can be an exception where we may not necessarily do parent to parent with a teacher conference. This requires that. What's the teacher?
Yeah.
Send me the teacher's information.
Yeah, I think parents, I'm sorry, parents need to be involved. You guys need to be in communication with that child's parents too, to know, like, hey, this is what's happening. And we want to prevent, we don't want any bad blood to
And we're not
happen.
asking for Eli to come to your little child
We're
birthday
not.
party. But
Yeah.
what
Not
y'all
his
need to
raggedy party.
understand, what you need to understand
Yeah.
is that this can
Well,
happen.
at first I thought it was the kid whose invitation we got in the in class. The parents sent the invitation to everybody in the class. And so I thought it was that kid. And then when I was speaking to the teachers, you were like, nah, that's not the invitation yet that child we gave out. They didn't send no invitation out. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, now we look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, no, it's not that kid, it's a different kid.
Or you can bring it up to all the parents at the party that everyone is going to go to.
No, don't ruin that child's
No, I said to the parents, not in front of all the kids, but just, hey, I want to speak to a parent. Who's the parent? Who's this parent, right? Who's the parent of this particular child? Because you know the child's name. Do you know which one? Okay, can I have a word with you? I want to speak to you about something.
I would first recommend you do it through the school first.
That's how I would recommend it. Yes.
But then if in fact they are giving you pushback about not being able to, move forward with addressing the parents and stuff, et cetera, then maybe you can take it to the parents directly, when you go to the birthday party. But give me, all I need is the name of the teacher.
I think it's fair to, I don't want to assume anything of the parents, but I think it's fair that the parents need to know what their child is doing, because
100%.
it might not be something that they themselves tolerate. And their parents need to know how bad of the situation it is and who else to tell but the parent of that child who is Black, right?
Yeah.
Versus I've seen where people who are not Black try to advocate for those who are. The voice is not the same. The sentiment is not the same as far as how we experience whatever we're experiencing, right?
Yeah.
So you can fully understand. And I've seen people wash experience, white water wash it, and try to make it not as deep, not as harmful, try to keep it light. Like, no. That's not what we're saying, because that's something totally different. Somebody may not understand how impactful that could be, but I want you to hear it from our voice, our perspective of what's happening. And don't let anybody advocate for you who truly don't understand. And you don't know how they're going to say it. You got to be able to advocate for yourself so that the parents understand how serious of a situation this is and how hurtful for a 5-year-old to experience discrimination, to experience someone who is showing difference because of color, of privilege. Who's privileged to come to my home because of their skin color? It's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, we was we were quite when we found out. We were quite irate, to say the least, about the situation. So we'll see how the meeting goes this upcoming Friday. I mean, we got a meeting with her this upcoming Friday, right before we head out of town. So
yeah.
Don't get my blood pressure going up.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Definitely.
No,
I'm
Well,
sorry that happened.
yeah, I mean,
no, definitely.
I
You
feel
know,
absolutely distraught that Eli have had to, experience
experience.
like
Yeah,
something like that at the tender age of 5. Like,
and I think, and I think of it like, us growing up in South Florida. Um, we didn't have that experience. At least not at that point. It took me all the way till I think I was in middle school. To have some form of like issue like that.
Mm.
Um,
I
but
had it in second grade.
second grade.
Yeah,
mm,
I can recall even now to this day, second grade, where I felt different. Um, Not because of my skin color, but because of how I identified as a Haitian student. And
Oh
I got
yeah,
picked on and bullied. So I knew I was different and people didn't like me because of that and made me feel bad because of it, to the point
yeah,
of tears, to the point of I just try to avoid this person. And this person wasn't even in my class. This
yeah.
mercy.
person, no, was not
I
even
had
in my
that.
class.
I had that in elementary school as far as just being Haitian school, but I think I didn't have a situation of where, as far as with white and black.
Yeah, I don't think I really, you experience microaggressions, but
Yeah,
I don't think I necessarily experienced that until moving up here when I was in high school.
yeah,
And just going to a completely, South Florida, very diverse schools. We're up here, you know, predominantly white, and that was my first
You're the
time
white country. You're a white
white
and country folk.
country. Yeah. And
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I just felt it so heavily where, that was one of the reasons why I couldn't stand being here. I wanted to move back down to South Florida because it was just like,
yeah,
I mean, I've been the new kid before. I
yeah.
transferred in elementary schools. I got to two elementary schools, gone to two middle schools, and have been
Hmm.
able to, adjust, adapt, make friends. But when I moved up here in high school, and just kind of thinking like, okay, just being the new kid again, and just seeing that difference, where it's like it's very clear why people
Yeah,
do not want to interact with you. I mean, worlds of difference.
yeah. The first time I remember being called the N word was in middle school. I remember it was me and dad. Dad was picking, bringing me home from from school. Him and I were in the car coming home, and we passed by this guy in a motorcycle, and he yelled it out in
Mm,
on his motorcycle. I'm not even sure if Dad heard, um, but I know I heard. You know, I remember Dad. I remember in the car, the person on the motorcycle saying that. So I remember that, and then I remember um having a kid. There's one kid that I knew that we were relatively cool. Um, but something happened. We started like we were arguing, and then he spouted it out in middle school, and everything. And he had like it was like hard ER, you know,
mm.
it
That's
wasn't even GA.
unfortunate.
It was hard ER. Like he said it with his chest, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Come again?"
Mm.
So yeah, so I remember that was the first time, and I've had it happen again after, in different situations. But yeah,
That's
that was
crazy.
Yeah, I know that sometimes we kind of take our experiences with white people discriminating us as black people um as more so a more hurtful hurt, right?
hmm
Although I may not have, I can recall that type of experience younger from a white person, but I know that in elementary school, I knew that I was different and I was
yeah,
discriminated because of it. One, for me, right now, it may not look like it, but I'm a darker complexion. I am a dark person. dark girl, matter of fact. And I knew that I was dark. I was Haitian, and I made felt less than because I was, and I identify as that.
Yeah.
Who discriminated against me as a young kid? I know I had a lot of interaction with other Black kids and Hispanic kids. Um, I know that there are some Hispanic kids who welcomed me. My first friend, I can remember her name is Tanja, and we're still Facebook friends today. We were our first friends with each other. This young lady from Honduras and myself, and but as far as other kids, even if they were lighter Black, I was made to feel as though you're different because you're darker. You are dark. You're black,
Yeah.
black, right?
Yeah. The
And I can
colorism.
remember that as a child, or that I'm Haitian. Because sometimes you have people who were kids who were Haitian who would lie and say they weren't, right? They'll say, I'm Bahamian, I'm Jamaican, and
Yeah.
there are many times there are others who thought I was Jamaican the whole time. I'm like, nah, I'm Haitian, right? Um, and so and I was okay being Haitian, but I was made to feel that being Haitian was not okay, even in a predominantly Black elementary school, my first elementary school, to the point where I think my teacher, and I remember this, I was interviewed by a newspaper. A reporter came in to interview me about what I was experiencing at my school. And that's very difficult to experience. Second grade, I'm sure I was experiencing something, microaggression, what have you, especially
Yeah.
maybe from Hispanic kids when I was younger. But there were some who were good. There were some who were good, and there are some Black kids who are light skinned who made you feel like, you're not it. And so I can recall that. And I knew I was darker. My sister, my brother are lighter than me. My mother is light. I used to want to be light like my mom. I knew my dad was dark. So as a kid, I recognized it. I knew it. And I knew when I was being hurt by it. I may not have always cried or always brought it up, but
Yeah.
it did hurt. I can even remember a time where I was younger and it was really bothering me. And being in church and Sabbath school, I was brought to tears where I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I remember
Mm.
that. And I said something like that was crazy. And a lot of, the adults start coming to me about, why are you crying? Why are you saying these type of things? I didn't want to be. I didn't feel valued. I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel accepted. You see these differences of people, and I'm so different, and I don't look like what is accepted. If it's light skin, if it's white, if it's having a particular type of hair, I didn't feel that way. And I'm in second grade. How often did I experience these microaggression to the point I got to my boiling point in second grade to this outburst? And that's what I'm afraid to happen to Eli or to any child. It
Yeah.
starts with these little things that build up and build up and build up and build up. And it's not because it's from your family, it's other people out there that their noise is much louder and you hear it um, because it's so different than what your family say, people who care about you. But as you're younger and you're trying to find your identity and you spend so much time away from home, and you're getting this message, it's conflicting and it can be harmful. We have to be very careful because mental health is real, even in little children.
Mm. And Kenny, you just kind of hit it. I mean, I know we spent a lot of time talking about this incident, unfortunately, that happened. But today we were going to address mental health. But I mean, I think this topic really does cover it in regards to the precautions that we want to make
Hmm.
in order to protect those that we love, and making sure that what Candy experienced, little things over the years, over time, compiling and eventually combusting and having a profound negative effect on our loved ones. And, just trying to figure out how to be able to get ahead of that. Definitely getting ahead of that. And just to say, Candy, I always thought you were beautiful.
Yeah.
Definitely always thought you were beautiful, even with
Well,
your complexion. But granted, I'm the little sister, so you probably, that probably didn't mean nothing to you.
it did it. It did it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest.
definitely.
I'm gonna be honest. I never
No,
thought I was
absolutely.
beautiful growing up. No, I thought Mark was cute. Marjorie was beautiful. The nice skin complexion, and I had this dark complexion.
I ain't think I was cute. I know that. I definitely didn't think I was cute growing up. I like.
Really?
No,
Wow.
but I mean, when I say cute, like you don't look as you would
You
say
are not
Haitian.
what others perceive to be
Yes,
beautiful
yes.
or
I
acceptable.
definitely feel like.
Like
I mean,
you
I've.
could pass for American versus passing for Caribbean or
Uh,
Haitian. I don't know. I did not feel. I think
You,
my self-esteem did not improve maybe until like 8th grade about how I look, where I got a compliment from someone else. Other than that,
mhm.
I didn't think I had my self-esteem was in the trash, right? About what I look like. But
Yeah,
having friends, hanging out, I could still do that. But as far as no, self-esteem in the trash. Since and look at when it started. I just
yeah.
remember a pivotal point in 2nd grade, but I'm sure I probably was getting a lot of these
Experiencing
different
other
things.
ones.
Exactly, and this was all at a predominantly elementary. Mark know what middle elementary school I'm referring to,
Yeah,
right? And then going to another elementary school didn't make it better, right? Because it was
hmm
almost the same type of thing, but I didn't have as much, maybe I was stronger. I don't know, but I had a lot of more Haitian kids who strongly identify with being Haitian and being older and we're able to find our voice and still be cool. And I found what my talents and strengths were. And people are like, oh, you could throw a football, come play football with all of us,
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
boys and stuff like that. And so it was, when I went to the other school, I was able to find I have some strength. I have something to contribute to people who didn't look like me, and they embraced it as well. So
Gotcha.
this is my experience. I don't think I've ever told you guys these type of things.
Nah, you did it.
not to that
First,
extent, I don't think. I
I ain't
know
never know.
you shared some of that with me before, um, but not in regards to like what happened in 2nd grade.
Yeah, I didn't know
Mhm.
about that either. I mean, I
Yeah.
knew. I
There
mean,
are
I know we had experiences of bullying and from being Haitian down there at that time because I think it was a big thing around that time.
Mhm.
All Haitians being bullied because of being Haitian. But I didn't know how much it affected you,
Mhm.
around that time. And I think it as well as us at a certain like once I got out of pre-K, we were in separate elementaries school. So I don't really know I didn't know what you were experiencing,
mm-hmm.
At your school and vice versa, you
Right.
know.
Oh, I know what
Because
you were experiencing. You're getting jumped. You're getting find dad had to teach you how to fight. That's as much as I know, right? But I hear you.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, but there was other things, But yeah, well, so because
Mhm.
we weren't there with each other around that time, we don't really know to the extent of what we were experiencing. Um,
Absolutely. And I can remember that now that I don't know if it was a boiling point or I had a place to voice my concern because my 2nd grade teacher was a dark skinned Haitian woman and she
mm,
identified as that. So maybe I shared that, oh, this is what I'm experiencing. And she just gave way and gave space for me to express that to her and to bring it all together. Cause I don't know, I didn't call no reporter to come talk to me, but I think
yeah.
she just saw me in different stages of my distress. I can even remember a field trip we went to, and I saw the girl. I just bust out crying. Like, I don't want to see her. She said
Um,
something to me. Like, how you go on a field trip and all of the grades go together. And I
yeah.
Yeah.
remember it was to go to one of the big churches in Fort Lauderdale to watch an orchestra perform. And I remember seeing the girl. I don't know, maybe she said something to me. This is a girl who's not in my class. And I was in distress.
Same grade?
I believe if she was not the same grade, maybe a grade above me.
Mm.
And I told the teacher, and I'm sure I told the teacher, I can't remember, but I remember being in distress and crying about it. So, and then maybe I felt comfortable enough to tell the teacher everything. What did I tell the teacher? I don't remember, but I know that girl used to pick on me to the point where we were both in the same after school program, the YMCA after school program, and I wanted to join the cheerleading team. And I had to have mom or dad sign the permission slip for me to do so. And they're like, yeah, you can join cheerleading. I'd signed it and I was going to go out there to go practice with them. And I saw the girl there. Oh, I turned around.
What?
I turned around. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing cheerleading. Because she's in there. Heck no.
So you about to be a rah-rah sis boom ba?
Not
I sure was. I want to be a cheerleader. They look real cool. We used to do back, and this is like in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. You know, you used to do cheers with your friends on this, you know, after school on the streets, whatever. You had them stumping ground or, you know, all of those things, if you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, yeah, I want to be a cheerleader with the pom-poms. They had pom-poms, they had their uniform, they would go marching in different parades. I wanted to do that. And my mom gave me permission to do so. The person who was over it, she was part of the YMCA after school care program. Her daughter was in it as well, and I wanted to join. I went out there and I saw that girl was in. Nope. I turned right back around and went to the cafeteria. I don't want to do it anymore because this girl was in it.
You know, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I think I get it though. Yeah. Especially when you're at that age. So like as you were speaking, I do remember, and I do not recall it was for, you know, the way I look or being Haitian. But I do remember in the first grade, there were like these two girls that used to bully me. What was it? Probably just, you know, kids not being nice, right? Yeah. And I remember one morning when mom was getting me ready for school, and I was like, Mom, yeah, can I stay home? I don't feel good or whatever. And she's like, why you don't want to go to school? I'm like, I don't. And she was like, you know, and then now I'm feeling pressure from her and I'm feeling double scared, like. And I think finally she was able to get out of me, you know, my concerns about these two girls. I can see their face in my head right now. And I remember that morning, I think usually, you know, mom would drop me off. That morning, she went to school with me. She went to the teacher. We went to the classroom. Like, by the time we got there, like, the bell has rung. You know, kids are in class. So mom walks me to the classroom, go inside to the teacher. And low-key, I think the teacher did know something was happening and she never addressed it. Because when mom talked to her and was like, you know, my daughter is telling me this, she's having this concern or whatever. And the teacher just seemed like she was just like, oh, well, yeah, don't worry. We're going to take care of it. And we're going to move her seat today. Don't you worry. That's right, Marjorie. We're going to move your seat so you're not sitting next to them and da-da-da-da. And I remember thinking to myself, like, now you're doing something about it? Like, yeah. Now? Okay, well. And then years later, when I went to my second middle school, I remember seeing one of the girls. Like, immediately when I saw her face, I was just like, that's her. And I think similar to what you were saying, Candy, that feeling of like, I see this person and all those old feelings come back. I was just like, yeah, I don't want to interact with this person. Like, I'm good. To the point where, granted, maybe because I was older, when I tried out for volleyball, yeah, I remember I used to play volleyball in middle school. He was on the volleyball team. And I remember just thinking, like, I'm going to still do this because I want to, and I have some of my friends who are doing it, but I'm not going to interact with this girl. And I really didn't. Like, I was on the volleyball team. didn't really engage or interact with her at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can empathize with those feelings.
Thank you.
Crazy. So the moral
Yeah.
of the story is don't let these bullies get away with nothing.
And don't think that it's not affecting young kids. Just
Yeah.
maybe not bully, but just these poor experiences with other kids. Don't ignore it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys are meeting with them next on this week later on with the
Yeah, but you
teacher.
go ahead and still send me that teacher's information and
Yeah.
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 Well, this
But
was
all
good,
right,
guys.
this was really good. This wasn't necessarily the initial direction
Yeah.
of our
Yeah.
topic today, but I think it was definitely needed. And hopefully, those of you who are watching or listening, hopefully, listening to this, if you have kids, if you have nephews, or if you have kids in your life that possibly look up to you, hopefully you can use this as a springboard to initiate conversation because thankfully Eli felt comfortable enough to share that with you and Lisa,
Mhm.
but there
Yeah.
are kids who don't feel comfortable or they
Who
are
may not? Yeah.
afraid to share these kind of things with the adults in their life, and then they go on carrying these things, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
hopefully this can help adults to make space in their kids' lives. And even if you don't have kids, maybe you can connect with a kid somewhere, and maybe
Mentor.
mentor exactly and help make that space for them, so that way these things do not have long-term effects on people's mental health.
Definitely. And
Absolutely.
and let us know, have you had this experience before? Do you remember a time when you were a child when you've had some form of discrimination or some form of being made felt less than? If you have, put it in the comments. We'd love to read and see those things. Or have your child experienced this, and have you been a parent where you've had to intercede and speak up and defend your child in light of this type of situation? Let us know.
Not just
Put those in the
parents, aunties, uncles,
auntie,
you know what
anybody,
I'm saying? Because
you
y'all saw
know
my energy. I'm an auntie. Y'all saw the
yeah.
Yes.
energy I have in here.
Or even those who mentor. I have mentored many children, elementary to high school, and definitely experience advocating for them. I go all the way, 10, 100 to advocate because I
Yeah.
don't like to see kids getting hurt that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So if
Have
you
you
have,
done that?
put that in the comments. We'll love to read it. Remember to like, guys. We getting a lot of people that come up that send me messages. I send Candy and Marjorie messages about,
Yeah.
yo, hey, I see y'all doing y'all thing, yeah, but y'all not liking and
Y'all
y'all
not
not subscribing.
liking.
Y'all not subscribing. We getting the views, but guys, let's get the interaction up.
Engage.
Come on, man.
Engage.
Get in the comments.
Are y'all trying
Let
to be
us know.
bullies? Are y'all trying to be bullies and not like our
Are y'all trying to be?
videos?
Are y'all bullying us?
Hey, how
What's
about
really going on?
this? How
What's really
about
going
this?
on?
Let's put a challenge out there. If you've experienced anything that we've mentioned in the comment, put hurt. Type the word hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been hurt? Have you and
Yeah.
someone in your family experienced hurt as a child in
Yeah.
the hands of another child being bullied or something wasn't said, something that was unkind and it made you feel hurt? Put it in
Yeah.
the comment.
Put it in
Come
the
on. Come on,
comments.
Comment
y'all. Come
hurt.
on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Hopefully
even
that'll
sometimes
work.
there's that, what's that word? Sometimes we are the villain in other people's stories. So
Mm.
sometimes you might think maybe you were that bully when
Yeah.
you were a kid. You can still put hurt. So you caused the hurt. And
You are
hopefully you're
recover.
able to
You are
grow.
you a recovering bully.
A recovering bully.
Mm.
Praise
You know,
God. We give God the glory.
or
Amen.
recovered. You are recovered bully. You've been.
Hey,
Mm.
hey.
That was in your past.
Oh,
It's
I feel it.
fast.
I
Come
feel
on
it.
now. Feel
Yes.
it in
And
my
your
shando.
Shanana?
Hey.
In my shando. Come on, somebody.
I know that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Mm.
Well, guys, with that being said, we grow together.
We laugh together.
And always one get it.
All right, y'all.
Deuces.
Thank you. Bye.
Dead
Get
wet.
to it.